So hey, I'm the pedantic raver, and on today's video, since I keep telling my friends that that they really need to start doing some podcasts, maybe doing some cooking shows, maybe vlogging, because I think everybody I'm friends with is really creative, right? So I figured, hey, why don't I today inspire them all, show them what's up. So what I'm gonna do is I went out and I spent $1 on this bag of pizza dough at the local grocery store. I've got some sauce, I've got some spinach, I've got some salami, I've got some pizza cheese, and I've got this bag of dough. And I'm actually going to try to figure out if I can make something out of this. It should be interesting. So why don't you join me? All right, so the first thing the internet says I need to do, actually let me get rid of all that stuff. Take this dough, pull it out of its bag, and form it into a ball. And what I need for that is a little bit of flour. So let me grab that. Pillsbury Best AP flour. Figure it'd be good enough if it's good enough for Pillsbury. Hoo-hoo. Pretend that didn't happen. So we've got our AP flour. Hopefully you can't see that. If you can, I just did this in fun. You got your AP flour. Apparently first, most important step before you turn your dough into a ball. So you grab some flour and you sprinkle it on your work area to prevent things from sticking. Get some of it on your hands, right? And then you take the dough ball. And the man that I listened to specifically said, remove the bag from off of the dough. Do not pull the dough out of the bag. So we're going to invert this and slowly peel the dough, or the bag, off of our dough. And man, it looks like our dough is actually rising really well. It smells very yeasty. I'm going to keep this plastic. I'm going to throw it over here for future reference. Right, so now the dough is out of the bag. Now what? Let's sprinkle a skosh more flour on top to keep it from sticking to me. And then, and then what we want to do, apparently, is try to pick up the dough. And then fold the, it's sticking to me anyway. Oh, I'm so terrible at this. Do I need more? Okay. And then kind of roll the ball into itself, right? So you're taking the outside edges, you're putting them in. This is really satisfying. When you're putting them in on the inside, it's kind of like you're making this like upside down dough mushroom where the top is nice and smooth and the bottom isn't. And then you kind of, this is really satisfying. You kind of pinch the bottom together and you try to get the seams and you push that in, right? Get that all in so it kind of looks like this delicious dumpling. And then, once that has happened, what you are left with is a dough ball. It's a ball of dough. And now, the directions state to cover this with either saran wrap or some kind of like, hold on, I've got it. Oh, and that should prevent it from drying out, but it'll allow the yeast to rise. Now I'm supposed to leave this here for about an hour or two. Reaches room temperature, the yeast rises a little bit, and I guess once that's done, we'll be back. All right, so it's been 2 hours. My cat's going crazy. So just stop paying attention to her. She's gonna come in here now. It's been 2 hours. Let's do the unboxing, right? Like I have no idea what to expect from, I think to my eye, it looks bigger. All right, we're almost ready to kind of start pizza-ing. So next thing we gotta do is we pick up, oh man. I wish I had a way for you to touch and feel this. It's incredible. Okay, so apparently the first thing we gotta do, right? Let's sprinkle some more dust on here. I'm telling you, that's so fun to do. Put on top of our pizza. And then stage one, right, is you create your crust. And the way to do that is called pounding, right? We start kind of doing this. Look at that, it rebounds. I don't know if it's got enough air in it. We'll see. We'll see. First time, it might be awful. We'll totally see. So this pounding part, right? Like you start kind of creating your crust. You push out from the middle to kind of create a divot. Now apparently it's up to me whether I want a nice thick crust or a thin crust. And I think I'm gonna kind of, actually I'm just gonna go for whatever happens and hopefully it'll come out good. I want about a crust like that. So now once you've got this going, I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to prevent myself from sticking to it too much. Now again, if it seems like I know what I'm doing, I can almost guarantee you that I don't. So if this is impressive to you and you want to do this for the date, steal this idea, it's fun. You get flour in your hands and you get to be messy. So yeah, anyway, now I think I kind of get in there. Let's, on this part, let's make sure this side is nicely, you know, floured as well, because I don't want to stick to it. And now we kind of like, oh, we want to use our knuckles, I think. And we kind of, go around, right? Just kind of like this. I don't know, maybe I'm just using my fists. I think I'm doing this wrong, but I feel like I'm stretching it pretty well. Because you don't want to use your fingertips, apparently, because it'll go through it. This is really fun, you guys. If you've never thrown around like a big old wad of pizza, I feel like I'm not stretching it as much as I could. Hold on, let me tilt this guy up. Sorry for the crazy ass camera angle, but I don't really know how to do this otherwise. And my pizza is getting wider. I feel like I've got quite a bit of stretch going in it. And that's pretty good, right? That's not the best pizza. Let's see if I can flatten out the edges a little bit more. That's probably a super bad thing to do, right? After you've tossed it around to like poke at it with your fingers. All right, let me try to spin it around. I do have a super thin spot in the middle. I don't know if that's gonna give me trouble. I mean, apparently the stretchy outy bit is where the real pizza magic happens. And I'm not doing exactly super great. Like there's a super thin spot in the middle that I can see through. And my dough's getting a little bit thin and isn't stretching out quite as much as I want. But maybe it is, I don't know. It looks like I'm about to develop a hole in the middle, so I'm gonna stop stretching. I'm just gonna try to just even out the stretch. It's super skinny and thin in the middle. This is probably bad, but you know what? I am ready, I think, to preheat my oven and start spreading some toppings on this thing, because I don't really know what else to do to try to recover it except for to top this thing, put it on a pan, and throw it in the oven and hope that pizza happens. So apparently what we've got to do next, because we've got the oven preheating behind me, see this little red light? Preheating. We've got the pizza stretched in, right? So I'm gonna put the pizza off to the side a little bit. The dough. I'm gonna cook it on the shitty pan, because I'm awful. I don't have a pizza sheet. This pan is actually covered in gross things. So I'm fully aware that I'm sabotaging myself from the very get-go, right? But if you're gonna do a worst case scenario pizza video, I mean, go all out, right? So the instructions say to use an oil pan. It doesn't specify what kind of oil. So I'm gonna use olive oil. I'm just gonna get in here with my hands, because I like olive oil. I'm not afraid of getting my hands oily, you know? And I'm sure that if I handle the pizza with olive oil fingers, it's not gonna, make it any worse. So now let's grab our pizza, transfer it to our pan. It's gonna be, it's not gonna be a round pizza. Some people can sell you things with defects and convince you that like the defect is good. So kind of what I'm saying is that some people sell a square pan pizza as a feature. Clearly this is not any kind of geometrical shape that anybody would want, but all right. Next step, what we have to do is I'm gonna grab a spatula for this step. I've just got this straight up can of ragu. It smells amazing. I think it's gonna be great on our pizza. We'll find out. See? About that much sauce. We wanna spread it around the edge. About, yeah, like half an inch from the edge. If you get a little bit on the edge, you know, that's not bad. That'll just make a tasty crust, I hope. Oh, look at this. I can do this like spin right off the edge of my my kitchen table strategy. But you know, you spread the sauce. You spread the sauce, it's fine. Spread that sauce. Ooh, yeah. That's how the sauce gets spread. Oh my edges. Nice and smooth. Yes. I'm not doing the best spread. And it said to do it in the circular motion, but I don't necessarily think my pizza cares about circular motions. Maybe that's the right way to do it, right? Maybe it's not. I think I may have overdone the sauce, but I feel like we'll find out. Okay, so that's, to me, visually, that seems like almost an overabundance of sauce. I'll let you know after this comes out of the oven. Over there. Next ingredient, mixed pizza blend shredded cheese. This is absolutely zero effort cheese, right? This is pre-shredded, pre-selected. I don't even know what kind of cheese it is. Let's give it a nice coating to get that sauce good and saturated, yeah? Nice little layer of cheese. So let's get that on there. Distribute it pretty good. You know, I'm not trying to get that too much going. There we go. That seems like a nice healthy coating of cheese. You know, not too bad. What I want to do now, next bit, I'm thinking, let's do the spinach. Not a crazy amount of spinach, you know, a few leaves, kind of marguerite style, yeah? A little bit of that. That looks fun. That's some nice presentation. This totally looks like a slob's pizza, and I kind of love it. All right, that's probably enough roughage. We don't need any more than that. Here we've got our private selection old world sausage type thing. Oh, it's gonna be great. Let's rip that open. Easy open my ass, right? All right, that's mostly open. I don't think we have any plastic on our pizza. Oh yeah, let's just grab a nice handful. There we go. Just start spreading them down. One piece there. Look at this. They're nice and thin. Hopefully it'll cook nice and quick. Just gonna put it all around on my pizza. Kind of haphazardly. I wonder if I should have done that first and then had the and then added the salami. I don't really know. Well, that's good enough for me. And then I'm gonna finish it off with another quick sprinkling of cheese, because I like a little bit of crusty cheese on the very top of my pizza, and I like my stuff to be kind of buried on the inside. Let's just do the rest of the cheese. Let's just do all of it. I'm probably gonna be eating this pizza alone, so you can just kind of say a little prayer for my cardiovascular system. You know, thoughts and prayers. Those work. So yeah, all I really have else to do is preheat. Wait for that oven to preheat. Oh, Moose is getting a little impatient. She wants some pizza too. So as soon as that's done, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna throw it in the oven, and then I guess we're gonna give it 20 minutes. And then I think we're gonna have pizza. Like, that's gonna turn into something I can eat. So now that the oven's preheated and ready to go, I'm just gonna stick this pizza right in, kind of in the middle. Now, I'm cooking this pizza on a unpreheated pan. The instructions didn't mention that. Nobody really said anything about that on the internet. Or maybe they did and I watched the wrong videos. Honestly, I stopped watching after they showed me how to stretch the thing out. So in the rest of the instructions, I went with what was on the bag. So I'm really hoping that in about 20 minutes, it's 1:27 in the morning right now, so at 1:47, I will pull out a delicious golden brown crusted wheat dough, spinach and old world salami Alfredo Parmesan, a pizza. I am starving. Oh my God, I hope it comes out so good. I'm super stoked. So it's 1:46. 1:46, about the time that I'm supposed to remove this pizza. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this kind of thing down to protect my tiles. I think we will use the panda paw to pull the pizza out. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. Turn the oven off. Forget to turn the oven off. Safety first. So let's come over here and do a flyover of this pizza. You know, I'm not entirely sure that 20 minutes was just right. I think maybe, 17, 18 minutes would have been a little bit better. But I gotta tell you, that doesn't look bad. It smells really good too. Look at this crust. It's nice and golden brown. Pretty crunchy. Cheese is bubbly. Looks like the sauce kind of... just everything good happened in this pizza. So I'm gonna let this thing cool down a little bit. I'm gonna slice it up. Let you guys know how it tastes. All right, so, well, like, is it the prettiest pizza I've ever seen? No. I don't have a pizza cutter, but the cutting experience wasn't so bad. I'm kind of looking at it from the side. That's good. All right, so I just wanted to kind of do a let's do a quick crust test, right? That's essential. Take a look at that. Not bad. Golden brown, crispy. Here, I'll put it next to the. Look at that. Pretty crispy. It tastes like wheat pizza. It's good. All right. So the moment of truth, like the straight up center bite. Yep. This is pretty close to the center, and where I was concerned that it was going to be too thin, I can't tell at all. I'm kind of okay with it. Okay. In. Yeah. Oh. It's good. It's really good. It's cooked through. It's nice and thin where I want it to be. It's kind of nice and thick where I want the crust to be. And my spinach is beautifully wilted. My layers of cheese melted. My Alfredo sauce is hot. It's still hot. Like, I don't think I used too much, actually. It's just the right kind of... It cuts through the saltiness of the salami here, just quite nice. I'm gonna have another bite. I'm really proud of this pizza. If you guys want, okay, confession time, right? Like, I don't know anything about making pizza, and I really hope something like this, I'm just a dude, has no idea what he's doing with pizza, and I pulled off a pretty reasonable pizza with dough in a bag of cheese, some salami, and some spinach, and a jar of Alfredo sauce. You should try this if any of that sounds good. And if you want to make your own pizza, just go for it. It's not... I always hyped it up because, you hear about the brick ovens and you hear that, like, oh my God, pizza's such a old tradition and art form. And I'm sure, like, I'm not trying to disparage the people that have devoted their lives to making pizza. All I'm saying is if this is how their first pizza came out, I understand why they devote their life to pizza, because this isn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be, and it came out really good. And I'm already identifying, like, bits of improvement. I could have the crust more consistent, and I could have Maybe use that skosh less sauce. I don't know. Maybe I could let it sit longer. But ultimately, I think this is a success. This is an experiment that worked. I made damn good pizza. You should too. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep eating.